This is Graceland, home of Elvis Presley in Memphis, Tennessee, and we are going to give you a full tour of the house, the grounds, the museum, everything that you need to know before you go to Graceland House itself on your upcoming vacation. Now, if you are anything like us, then you are going to want to stay at the guest house at Graceland. Now, one of the benefits from staying at the guest house at Graceland is it has a shuttle to and from the ELVIS the Entertainer complex. So the area where you buy your Graceland tickets to the house itself, where you board the bus to go to the house, and where they have the planes and the cars and the other museums that you'll definitely want to check out. Now, the shuttle from the guest house at Graceland to the complex itself is literally like 2 minutes long. You get there and then you are welcomed with the Welcome to Graceland signed in the building to which you go in to get your tickets from or to pick up your tickets if you ordered them online. Now, also this area here is a great place to stop and kind of take photos. You want to take a photo by several of the billboards that they have up or the big sign out front. This is also where you're going to find a number of gift shops, and we'll touch on the gift shops a little bit later in this video. Now, the hotel staff and people at the ticket office itself, and we also recommend that you get to this entertainment complex way earlier than you think that you need to. One, it'll give you time to look in the amazing gift shops that they have. The biggest one they have in this building itself. It's the biggest one in the whole entire Graceland complex itself. And it's definitely one that you're going to want to spend some time to check out. And the second thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go over to pick up your tickets. Now, this is where you're going to get your ticket itself for the Graceland House tour. Now, there are two separate tours that you can take. Now, here are some of the tour prices. You can pause the screen to look at it. Now, the one that we did the ELVIS Entourage tour, which gave us access to the planes, the cars, the entertainment complex, which we also have a video on, and Graceland House itself. Now, it's a very important distinction when you are choosing a ticket that the Graceland House itself, the house where Elvis was from that he bought, it is in a separate location than this complex. This complex is across the road from Graceland House itself, and you take a separate shuttle from this complex to Graceland itself.
We are going to Elvis's house next.
When you come and get your tickets, you pick up your tickets, it will have a shuttle time that will take you from this complex to Graceland House itself. Now, in the meantime, you may want to stop over here at either Gladys's Diner, which was unfortunately closed when we were there, or this little cafe to pick up some snacks, because you cannot take any food or drinks over to Graceland House itself. You're not allowed to have anything in there, and then you are also gonna want to use the bathroom before you go. The shuttle itself is very quick, but before you go into this little room and you watch a video about Elvis's life, and it kind of gives you a little bit of insight into the man before you go to his home. Now, the shuttle transportation gets a little bit dicey here. You have to wait for a shuttle that you can walk on, and you can fold your wheelchair up on, and you carry it on yourself. The workers there will not carry it on for you unless you wait for a specifically wheelchair accessible shuttle. Now, our wheelchair was foldable, so we folded it up and I carried it on and off the shuttle. Once getting to Graceland House itself, they pull you over here to the side. You have to stand in line and wait to gain entrance into the home. Now, inside the home, you cannot take video. Photos are allowed, but videos are not allowed. If you choose the audio version, they will give you a rather large iPad with headphones. Now, that is very, very cumbersome. Now, I don't know if I would recommend using that, but that's a picture of what it looks like. And it is very large and very kind of too heavy to handle. And there was definitely a few, I'm tired of this, when we were there. Now, they do have little plaques that you can read information off of as you go through the home, but inside the home specifically is very, very crowded and not as accessible per se for someone in a wheelchair as it would have been. Now, if you cannot access parts of the home in your chair, they will get you out of it and then move the wheelchair to the next accessible point, but you have to be able to walk for a certain amount of time. Now, there are some parts of the home that are simply inaccessible to the public, and that is the whole entire upstairs area. Now, you're not allowed to go up there, but there is still so much to see in the house itself, and more specifically in the museum that they have on Graceland property. The grounds of Graceland are absolutely beautiful. They still have a large field, and they have animals, and they have Vernon, who is Elvis's father's office, that you can go in and check out. And there's a little bit of history in the office itself, which you cannot go into, but you see through a plexiglass. Now, also in the outside area is the museum. Now, the museum itself is where the real draw of Graceland comes from, because that is where you're going to find all of your historical documents, all of your kind of Elvis paraphernalia, all of the things that you would expect to find when you come to this experience. Now, while you're in the museum, I would really take some time, stop, read the plaques, look at the things and the exhibits that they have, because this is where you're really going to get a lot of the history of Elvis and his family. Now, in the Elvis the Entertainer complex, you're gonna get a lot of stuff about his music career, while this at Graceland House itself is more about his personal life, his family, and the connections to the people around him. Now, one thing in particular that you're gonna want to see while you are here, and something that we didn't think about before we came, is that this is also Elvis's resting place. Now, I do wish that we had the foresight to bring some flowers or a teddy bear, something similar that other people had brought to place on the gravesite itself. Now, this would have been a really special thing to do, and this is just a reminder in case you also want to pay homage in this way. Make sure that you bring something along. But it is a very beautiful place. The mood was very somber. The headstones, the tombstones are very beautiful, and the garden is just a very lovely place to stop and remember this man and his family and the impact that he has had on music and the world. After the memorial garden, you're going to want to stop outside of Graceland House itself and take some photos before returning your iPad and headphones, boarding the shuttle, and then going back to the complex, the main complex. Now, if you are looking for a wonderful vacation to learn a little bit of history, a little bit of music history, then Graceland is the place for you. I hope that you all have liked this video. If you have, make sure to drop a like and please subscribe for more adventures.